Okay, now this is week 9-10. We'll just do the beginning, but inshallah we'll continue next time. In this chapter, we are going to study the internet layer of the TCP/IP model. Okay, the most important layer for routing and IP addresses. Internet layer are used to deliver packets to specified network destination. And the main protocol of internet layer is called IP. IP yani abbreviation of internet protocol. The two famous protocols are IP version 4 and IP version 6. They are used by the router to direct packets toward their destination. IP version 4 address, it is a logical network address. How many bits? Yeah, 4. 32 bits. 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. Okay. Okay, and you assign it to the computer's workstation. Router also interfaces will have IP address. Okay, every packet has source and destination IP address. Okay, the IP version 4, 32-bit, and they are grouped into four octets. 4 أجزاء، كل جزء بنسميه octet. Okay, هذا هو الرقم الرمز بينعطى مصطلح for each part of the IP address. 4 octets. Okay. So the 32. Okay. When a host is configured with IP version 4, it is entered as a dotted. We have already done that. We have done the conversion also in the lab, so we are all good. Binary conversion, we have done already this in the lab. We have done a complete lab on this. Okay, so what would be the value of this one? Just for example, it will be 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 32 plus 64 plus 128, which is equal to 255. Maximum number is 255. What about this number? This number, just looking at it, it is 7 plus 32. يعني كم؟ Yeah. هاي سريع هيك أسرع طريقة. شو صار؟ Okay. If you want to do it slowly, 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 0 plus 0 plus 32 plus 0 plus 0. Okay. And we have done this conversion. We are expert now. Okay. The network, the IP address has two parts. One part is for the network, one part for the host. Yani if I have this address 172.16.30.56, هذا is a class B. Class B يعني the first 2 octets are for the network, the last 2 octets are for the host. So what is the network address here? The first left part is network. What will be the network address for? 172 plus .60. What is the host address? 30.56. Okay. لأنه هذا class B. How do I know subnet mask? If the subnet mask for a class B is 255.255.0.0. يعني the first 255 يعني the first part is for network. 255 the second part is for network. 00 يعني this is for the host. خلاص? Very good. How do we يعني there is a mathematical way to do it. If the subnet mask 0 will address 1. Yeah. You do ANDing بيعطيك الهوست address. يعني if my host address is 1 and subnet mask is 0, 1 times 0, 1 and 0. أخذت اللوجيكال بالماث أو logical يعني if you do 1 and 1 is 1, 1 and 0 is 0, 0 and 0 is 0, only 1 and 1 is 1 اللي هو زي الضرب. Okay, ANDing يعني multiplying. Okay, so the only time you get 1 is if you have 1 and 1. خلاص؟ طبعا. Very good. So here how it is done. This is my IP host address. This is my subnet mask. I multiply them together. I will get this number. So this is my host address. Okay. This is my network address. يعني. Sorry. This is my network address. لما بضرب الاي بي ادرس او لما بعمل الاي بي ادرس and مع السبنت ماسك بيعطيني my host address. My network address. لا. هذا موجود في DHCP. So this one, when you add these together, you will get your network address. Remember, we said our network address is the first 2 octets. High class B. Right, what are the different classes? We have class A, class B, class C, okay, class D and E. Class A اللي هي 50% of the internet, okay, numbers. Total networks are bits are 128. يعني for the network you have the first يعني هو the first octet is for network address والباقي كله hosts يعني millions of hosts you get. B اللي هي 2 octets 2 octets. C اللي هي 3 octets for network and 1 octet for host. Okay. D and E are special. We'll talk about them later. This is class A. You see here, it is starting from 0 to 127. والباقي كله zeros. يعني you are using the first octet on the left side. Okay, اللي هي here. You see here 10.0.0.0. Okay. What is the last host address? 10.255.255.254. ليش مش 255؟ لأنه if I put 255, this is a broadcast for everyone. يعني they made it like this. آخر address ما تستعمله لأنه it will be for broadcast. If you put it, you are calling everyone. اللي هو broadcast address. So if they ask you what is the broadcast address for this network, this is the broadcast address. Okay. What about class B? Class B is from 128 /16 into 191.255.0.0. This is an example here. The example is very important. For this network, this is the network address and the host from 0.1 ila 255.254. If I have 255.255, this is a broadcast. So it's not used for host, it is used for a broadcast. Okay. Network, host. Class C أسهل واحدة. Network, بعدين host. So this is the example. Here, what is for this address? By the way, for this address, what's my host address? Host 1, أحسن. What is my broadcast address? اللي هو 100.255. Very good. This is the structure. So here I have 2 networks. Okay. And they are connected over the internet. Okay. Here I have 2 logical IP networks. And the LAN home, and I have another LAN here. They are connected to a router each, and then each router is connected through the internet. This is an example of a WAN, by the way, when you're going through the internet. What is the meaning of broadcast? You are sending to all the computers in your local area network. Unicast, computer to computer. Multicast, from one source to multiple destinations. Okay? These are the examples. Unicast, from computer to computer. or from one source to one destination. Broadcast from one source to everybody. Multicast from one source to a group of end users. Okay? Or hosts. We already talked about broadcast containment. How do you contain or stop a broadcast using which device? Router. A switch will not stop a broadcast. عشان تحتوي البرودكاست you need a router. And each router interface will connect to one broadcast. So here in this drawing, how many broadcasts I have here in this design? One. What about here also? One. Very good. Why do we do broadcast? Why we use router? For what? For security. Because I don't want people from outside to reach this without having some security protocols and زي gateway. لازم تمر على الراوتر will check you are allowed, you are not allowed, and whatever is inside here will not go outside without permission. So we do this containment. We are dividing the local area network using routers for security and to regulate the traffic also. Shall we stop here? We can stop here. I think it's okay. Slide 18.